and welcome to Let's Start Cooking. I'm Wayne, and you might have noticed we weren't on for a little bit of time. We took a little bit of a break because we wanted to reevaluate where our channel was going and to make sure that we still wanted to keep doing this because I do enjoy it. I know the wife doesn't mind. She's my camera lady, but we just wanted to take a little break. You can get real frustrated when you first start these channels out because it doesn't seem like you're getting anywhere. But we've decided we're going to keep going with it. We do enjoy it, like I said. All we ask is that you do subscribe to the channel and you give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, let us know how we're doing, and let your friends know. And by all means, subscribe to the channel. So what we're going to do today, with the holidays coming up, like I said before, I know the kitchen gets to be very busy and, you know, people start to crowd in and we don't really have enough room to get everything done. We'd like to take a dessert, we'll put it in a slow cooker, and we're just going to let it go. And we're not going to worry about it until it's done. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make a pumpkin pie pudding, or some like to call it a crustless pumpkin pie. And it's all going to be done in a crock pot or a slow cooker, whatever you have. So again, I'll have all the ingredients listed in the description, but this is a really easy recipe. Everything's just going to be basically dumped in. We're going to mix it up a little bit and we're going to put it in our slow cooker. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our sugar and we're just going to put it right in our bowl. Like I said, we're not going to worry about doing anything fancy. Now we have Bisquick, and the reason we're using Bisquick, this is going to help thicken our pudding, and this is not going to be our crust. That's why we want to mix it all in now. We're not going to put it on the bottom. We're going to take pumpkin pie spice. And like I said, if you have guests coming over and you want to get this done real quick because you have something else to do, this doesn't take long at all. We have vanilla. We have melted butter. Now we have 2 large eggs. And we're just going to put everything right in the same bowl. We're not even going to worry about it. This will be a short video because it's going to happen so quick. Now we do have 15 ounces, which is 1 can of 100% pumpkin puree. This is not a pumpkin pie mix. This is just pure pumpkin. And we're going to use the whole can. So we're just going to put all this in. I'm going to make sure we get all this in here. And you can use, again, you can use any brand you want. I just happened to grab this because it was closest to me when I went to the store. And now on top of that, we're going to add 1 can, which is 12 ounces of evaporated milk. And we're just going to put that right in. And we're going to slowly mix this all up now. And just be careful when you first start because we don't want to splash and get it all over. Now you can do this if you want with a blender, but I like to just use this because I don't want to mix this up too much. And we're just going to mix this up almost like a pancake batter. We're just going to get it started, and once we get it mixed up, we're just going to keep going until we get it nice and smooth. We want all this blended together with no lumps. There's no baking involved. We don't have to worry about heating up the kitchen with an oven. Once we put this in our slow cooker, we don't even have to worry about, checking on it, and we just let it go. And all we're going to do is make sure we don't get no lumps. We're just going to mix this all up. And you can already smell that pumpkin pie spice and the vanilla coming out. Once we get it to this point now, we got it nice and smooth. And we'll check it again right before we put it in. But now we basically have it smooth. We're going to set this to the side. And we're going to take our slow cooker now. Now we're just going to take our slow cooker insert. Now, I sprayed this with non-stick spray, as you can tell. I don't want this to stick, obviously. Now, if you want, you can use butter and flour if you want. I prefer to just use spray stick. You can also use the baking spray that they have it has a little bit more vanilla smell and a taste to it. This is just plain. So what we're gonna do, like I said, we just wanna make sure we had no lumps. We're gonna stir this up one more time. Make sure there's nothing on the bottom. And all we're gonna do now is we're just gonna dump this right on into our slow cooker. I mean, I don't think it took us, other than me talking, I don't think it took more than 5 minutes. And all we're gonna do now is we're gonna cover this. We're gonna cover this and we're gonna put this on low. And we're gonna let this go for about an hour to an hour and a half, and we're gonna start checking it. Because what you wanna see is you wanna see it start to pull away from the edges. Now all we're gonna do is we're gonna cover this and we're gonna set it for about an hour, hour and a half until we start checking it, because we wanna see it to start pull away from the edges. So I will see you, for you, about 30 seconds, maybe not even that much. For me, about an hour and a half. All right, we're back. It's been for us about 2.5 hours. Now, I do want to give a little bit of heads up. At the beginning of this video, I did say put this on low. What I actually want to do is you want to put this on high. Because if you put this on low, it's going to take 4 to 6 hours. I'm not saying you can't, but it's going to take 4 to 6 hours to do that. So we put this on high for about 2 hours, 2.5, depending on the size of your crock pot. And what we're looking for now, as you can see, it started to pull away from the sides. And it's almost done, except for the very center. So what we want to do now is we're actually going to let this go for about another half hour without the lid on it. And we're going to put this on high. We're going to let this cook without the lid because we want that steam to come out. So about 30 minutes and this will be done. All right, we are back. Like I said, now we've left this sit without the lid. And if any of you have ever made a pumpkin pie, you'll notice when you first take it out of the oven, it's going to have a little bit of jiggle to it. And as it cools down, it's going to get a lot more thicker. So we actually did basically a pumpkin pie without a crust. So if you're doing this and you happen to look in and go, oh, it doesn't look done yet, doesn't look done yet. Because if you go too far with this, it's going to actually end up starting to burn on the bottom. So I did misspoke at the beginning of the video when I said put this on low for 2 hours. If you're going to put this in for 2 hours, you want this on high. If you're going to put this in low, it's about 4 to 6 hours, but you always want to check it. And as you can see, if you look down in here now, this looks like a pumpkin pie because it's got the cracks in it. It's starting to pull away from the side, and that's what we wanted. We didn't want to let this go much longer than that. So even though this is really, really hot, we're going to see if we can get some out of here for you. And it's nice and soft. And like I said, this is just like a pumpkin pie without the crust. And you could very easily, like I said, I would wait till it cools down if you want to serve this. You could serve this with ice cream. You could serve this with a topping of whipped cream on it. This is a nice dessert for, like I said, for Thanksgiving, the holiday coming up, or if you have somebody over just around the holidays or any time in the fall, if you want to make this. So we'll just get a little bit of a taste right now. You can smell the pumpkin pie spice coming off of this. Again, if you've ever had pumpkin pie, this is exactly what you're smelling right now. Is a nice warm pumpkin pie. The cinnamon hits you, the allspice. Again, it is very hot. But I would make this and I'd put ice cream on it, or I'd put it on, you could actually even take this and you could have a great breakfast. You could put this on waffles or pancakes, anything like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like and share with your friends. And by all means, subscribe to our channel and let us know how we're doing. And I will see you next week.